This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good afternoon, Holly Chessman. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful afternoon?
I am doing great. I'm pumped.
Love it. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm on the East Coast in the U.S. I'm right out of Massachusetts where it's been snowing.
All right. Well, tell me, which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history?
Well, we connected because you saw my profile on Innovation Women, where I'm listed for my speaking skills. I speak about empowering people to grow their voices and reputations to build the career they love. And I also published a book on the same subject. It's called Amplify, How to Grow Your Reputation and the Kick-Ass Career You Love.
Ooh, so tell me about the career you love.
So I work in marketing as my day job. I'm the vice president of marketing of a company called Glow Touch Technologies. But I also, on the side, love helping women and minorities in particular, although I also talk to everyone in general about how to grow your career. Use the marketing skills that I have learned over the years to help people figure out how to set goals and then how to get over the fears that are holding them back from their goals, and then how they can use things like social media and marketing themselves in order to help grow their career goals.
So it's like the empowered nerd, isn't it? Yeah. It feels, yeah. I love it. So who did you learn that skill from, that ability to apply the intellectual aspect of what you do with the you just need to go get it done type attitude?
So I think I've just learned that over the years from work situations and from what I've done in general in terms of business side of things. But the speaking aspect of things, I really learned from a manager that I had maybe 8 years ago, who talked to me about where I was going in my career and said, well, I know you pretty much know how to manage your career and how to grow your career, but are there any aspects that really frighten you? And I said, public speaking. I can't do this. Like, I'm just terrified of it. And he said, okay, so I'm setting you up for a time to speak in front of the entire company to teach them about how to use social media, since that's something you're really comfortable with. And I was like, what? I just said I was scared of that. But it turns out that once I got in front of the audience, I loved it. I not only conquered my fear, I just really embraced the whole thing. It was wonderful. So I've been trying to teach other people that similar feeling of excitement and joy.
That's super cool. I spoke to someone earlier on that was in Boston, and so this guy met her and he told her that, hey, I love what you do and I'm like the nerd in my business and I'm not sure I'll ever be able to do what you do, where you go before crowds and speak, and I hope that you can do that. And later on, quick story, like they got married, right? And like, yeah, it was super cool to hear that conversation. And I got to interview two of them because he was right there. And she was attempting to get a quote, and he was there, and she couldn't remember who said it. And he said it, right? I'm like, he's in the room. She said yes. So I interviewed him after as well, right? Which is total fun. But to see the input that happened in your life as well, right? Where he saw that, right? Your head of department saw that in you and put you out there. And I think it's so important sometimes to really give that person the full awards, if you would, or reward for doing that. But as well, you actually agreed. You could have opted out at any time, couldn't you?
I think there's something about having somebody who believes in you and who says you can do this and I want to see you do it. It's something that I see when I'm speaking and when people read my book as well, that I don't know that what I'm telling people is so earth-shaking and groundbreaking that nobody has ever said this before, but I do know that hearing things broken down step by step in a logical way that you can really follow, and then having somebody say, okay, now I'm looking forward to hearing your results when you follow these steps. Somehow that transforms something inside people, even if they were afraid before. Then they're like, okay, I can do this, and someone believes in me.
totally agree. We've definitely seen that across here from what we've done. Accountability groups are one of the ways that we help individuals with that, and it's really amazing. It's just holding a space for them. It's not even like, yes, you should go do this now. It's not. It's not even that. It's more, well, what do you want to do? And okay, if you're doing that,
Exactly.
let's check back in on you with that, and that changes a lot tremendously. Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Writing. I definitely do that at home for work. I do it for fun. Of course, I did it with my book. I've written since I was, I don't know, since I first could write. I have journals from when I was in elementary school.
Wow. How was the transition from physically writing with a pen or paper to doing the computer?
For me, it was wonderful because I type extremely fast and my thought process works really quickly. So I could never really keep up when I was writing with a pen and paper. So moving to computers was like amazing and wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, suggest to someone that's listening why they should do that. Take that time to write, to connect to who they are.
Words have a huge, huge impact, whether they're spoken or written or shared in a conversation with friends or online. However you use them, words really give you power. And when you can use them right, you can accomplish anything and you could make a huge, huge, huge impact on the world around you.
I love it. Amazing audience. Again, you're hearing it live from Holly Chessman. Holly, let's switch gears for a moment. Let me now invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm blue Caribbean water. Holly, what is your earliest childhood memory?
It's funny that you talk about the beautiful water because for me, one of my earliest childhood memories is being on the beach in Ogunquit, Maine, where the water is not nearly as warm as the Caribbean seas, but it was a lot of fun there. My grandparents had a house there.
Why do you think it's so clear?
I have been back to that house many, many times. It actually, my grandparents both passed away a few years ago, and somebody else now owns the house. But my mother grew up going to that house in the summers. I grew up going to the house in the summers. I took my children there as they were growing up. I think I've just been there so many times that my memories there are extremely strong and extremely positive because that's where I would hang out and have fun with my family.
How do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
I think it's about the community and the love that you have within a community that really supports you and encourages you and helps you grow and really allows you to be who you are. While I was in Ogunquit and at that beach house, I would be with my family and I would often invite friends. And it was always a very positive, supportive, wonderful feeling where you could be creative and you could be as goofy as you wanted to be, and there were always people there to support you and love you.
That's pretty cool. Can I add something?
Yeah, sure.
It's by the collaborative We Are Amplified.
I love it.
Well, we have the name of your book, yeah? Amplify.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a group I met in Indianapolis. They have something called Amplify Indie. They're a pretty cool group you should check in with. I'll definitely connect you to Harrison Painter, who is in there as well. But yeah, let's see how that goes, yeah? It just popped in my
fantastic.
mind. So I put it in there one time. All right, my friend. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
I think it was "We Built This City" by Starship. There's something about that song with the connection to the music and the words and the sort of feeling of slight rebellion. I think of that age, and my kids love it now. I play it for them. I don't tell them that it's a golden oldie.
Love it. All right, Holly. Well, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly. Are you ready?
Sure.
Holly, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I do a lot of mentoring, so I don't have a yes or no answer to that.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
lots of people.
All right. Are you married?
Yes.
You said you have children, right?
I have 4.
Wow.
And a dog.
Wow. Do you believe in God?
I believe in a higher power. I don't know if I name it God, but I definitely believe there's a power that influences our lives in ways that we can't really comprehend.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Oh, definitely. Wonderful friends and wonderful family.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
I barely watch TV. Every now and then I binge watch on Netflix, but
Right.
mostly not.
As a writer, Netflix is good, isn't it? Like those
Oh, yeah.
stories, oh my gosh, they catch you, don't they?
Yeah, sometimes it's very fun to watch what they do. And they have a lot of interesting original programming.
Yeah. I attempt not to go in there sometimes, but I just need to relax sometimes. And I'm hooked. I love the writing that goes on there. All right. What about screen time? The phone and the computer. Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
I'm on the computer like all the time because I have to do that for work. And then in the evenings, I'm checking in on social media often, and it's what I do for work.
All right, Holly, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Holly Chessman, what would you say that is?
I strongly believe that when we support each other, we all rise up together. It's why I wrote Amplify, and it's the support that I want to provide to women and minorities in particular about how to grow their careers. I think if I want to see the change, I have to make the change happen.
Love it. Holly, this was such a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Yes, if anybody would like to contact me or if they have any questions, I put my email address in my book and on my website. You can write to me at hiholly@askholly.net. You can find my website at askholly.net, or you can chat me up on Twitter at Holly Chessman. I would love to hear from you.
Love it. Again, Holly Chessman, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.